Cool. So before we start the race, I'm Neil. I'm a minimalist trail runner, and I've started trail running this year. I've been a kind of road runner on off for many years, but never really committing to it. So this is my first trail race. It's the Jonkershoek Mountain Challenge, 12.5 kilometer race with about 250 meters of elevation. So not too spicy, which is nice. It's a good first race. The interesting part of this race is that I've basically been doing 98% of my runs have been kind of low heart rate, MAF, zone 2, whatever you want to call it, kind of running. So very slow paced, very easy, and mainly because I just wanted to just not get any injuries and just kind of build an aerobic base, which I don't have at all. So yeah, I had no idea what was going to shake out on race day. How fast I was going to be able to run, and I had a rough goal, which I kind of just, I don't know, I had a rough idea of what I could maybe do, and the goal was 1 hour 30. So yeah, let's get going. So yeah, it was a really good morning. The weather was really good, a little bit chilly, but cloudy. Kind of what you want. It wasn't going to be too hot, and then beautiful mountains. Jonkershoek is awesome. So yeah, nice start, a lot of fun. We were the last race to start that day. Then you get into this little foresty area. It was kind of here where let me just stop a little bit. My calf started very tight. I warmed up, but I probably didn't warm up properly. I've had this issue before in another race last year, a 10K road race, where my calves just are very tight in the beginning of a race. This does not happen in my training run, so it's something to do with, like, maybe it's earlier than I normally run and it's cold, or there's like an intensity, I start too quickly. I mean, there was a little bit of uphill downhills here, so maybe that's it. I don't know, but it's something I want to fix. So let me know how you warm up your calves before a race, because that might help. Yeah, so going through this little foresty area, very nice, and then we kind of get to the first big uphill, and this is where my calves were not happy with me still, so I kind of walked most of it. And a big part of my challenge doing this race was just trying to figure out how to pace going uphills, because with my training, I've basically walked all the uphills to kind of keep my heart rate low. So I have no idea how to really run uphills or have any kind of pace uphill. I kind of tried to do a little bit of running, and then it was really off. So maybe I'll add that into my training for the next race, just to kind of figure out how to pace myself on uphills. But yeah, here, again, beautiful views everywhere. And then after this, we get into like a nice little flat Jeep track, gravel road. You'll see now, my calves warmed up, really started getting into a bit of a groove. And you'll see here, it's just incredible views. So I was like, man, I just need to be present and enjoy the race as well. Really great part of the race. Early on, just enjoying myself, and after this, we get into this downhill single track, and this is another thing which was quite new to me. I'm going to stop there. Is kind of single track etiquette. We kind of were like 10 people, and my pace was okay, but I wanted to go just a little bit faster, and so I didn't quite know how to kind of go past people, and the off-trail area was a little bit dodgy, so I didn't want to sprain my ankle or take any risks now. So yeah, I wish I could go a little bit faster there, but as soon as the single track opened into another Jeep track, I just made up a few bit of time, and then we get to the last big uphill. And again, you'll see here, I walked most of it, which is fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't walk in a race, but I was trying to make up time, and so I didn't quite know like how hard I should push myself here. At this point, I was not going to make my 1 hour 30. So yeah, and then I was hoping that when the downhill starts, we can open it up again into some Jeep track, and thank goodness it did. So there was a lot of space, and then I just gunned it down. I opened up next level gear, and I just sped up, and I made up a lot of time. And I think a little bit surprising to me that other people weren't going faster. Kind of really ran past so many people down this hill. I don't know, that's you'll see as part of trail running, it's like it's really fun to go fast downhill. So yeah, just gunned it down here. Really fun part of the race. The last 3 kilometers is all basically downhill with a little bit of flats. So yeah, it's fun for a race to end like that. So I was just like, now is my time to make up time, you know. Then you get back into the foresty area, and I think this part I underestimated how much further it was, even though I could see on the kilometers. I just like kind of get stuck in this woody area. So my pacing got a little bit weird here. I kind of got a little bit out of breath and things like that. So, but I just tried to keep up the pace because I knew I was going to be very close to the 1 hour 30. Yeah, at some point here, I ran past some marshals. They were all psyching us up, and then the adrenaline was really high. And so I just thought, you know, let's psych myself up some more. And it sounded like a weirdo in the middle of the forest, psyching myself up, yeah. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Definitely a nice part of the route, even though it's like, it's super close to the end now. So I was like, oh man, I need to get to the end. I'm so close. And then yeah, the last bit is straight finish. And again, I'm surprised that people aren't like sprinting here, because I was just like, now's my chance to leave it all, like empty the tank, you know. And again, I probably made up like 3 positions here, 3 or 4 positions sprinting to the end. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, doing that little bit of fast running at the end of the race. Coming in here, my family was there, my wife and kids, and my parents also there, just supporting. Yeah, now I was just like, you know, now let's go. So yeah, really had a fun race. Guy commenting on my selfie stick, 360 camera. So yeah, really fun race. The time was 1 minute 28:40 seconds. So yeah, got in under my goal, which was really awesome. I didn't think I would make it, but that downhill really saved me, and I just opened up my gears and just pushed as hard as I could. But that's the interesting part about the anchoring yourself to a certain time. If you're not sure how far or how fast you'll be able to go, because I actually think I could have improved my time a little bit more if I kind of in the middle of the race picked up the pace just a little bit, maybe like 2 to 5 minutes. I could have gotten a better time. So yeah, I think I'll be careful with like using time-based goals in the future, because I didn't know the area that well. So you know, the trail could have been very technical, and I could have also just gone slower because it's a technical trail. So really have a more like a ballpark range, and just really focus on just, you know, what is my perceived effort in the moment. So yeah, other things that I want to hopefully improve on or think about for the next race is like the calf issue at the beginning of the race, and also kind of working out single track etiquette, or just maybe it was just that race where it was tricky to bypass people. But yeah, really awesome first race. I felt a little bit stiff the next day. My calves and Achilles was a little bit tight, but overall felt very good. No injuries, nothing whatsoever. It's pretty much perfect, and for that I am extremely grateful. Thank you for watching this little race report. The next races I'm planning for the rest of the year, not quite sure what they are yet, but follow me on Instagram at NeilDLR. I'll put it in the description, and follow my updates. I post regularly there about my running, if you're interested, and which races I'm doing. So yeah, thank you so much, and thank you to the Jonkershoek Mountain Challenge for putting on an awesome day in the mountains, and that's what it's all about. So thank you so much, and happy running.